Ayo, what's up, you guys? Uh, it's been a while. Every time that I record a new video, I always kind of start with that because it really usually is. Primarily because the primary store I usually go to is Walmart, and I just don't find a lot of things there. And now that I can actually get stuff at Target now, hopefully from now here on out, you'll see a lot more new stuff. I mean, this isn't the newest thing, but I didn't see any of this at Walmart. I didn't see any of the Eternals figures. So that's where I got this guy from. It's from Target. So all the Eternals figures I'm probably gonna get from Target. Not sure. Yeah. Kind of hoping they make some comic ones too, because some of their comic outfits are cooler. But here we are with my favorite Eternal, and we'll discuss a little bit about the movie and what I feel about it, which is Ikaris. There's a nice picture of Richard Madden on both sides. You got the Eternals movie logo. On the back, you got another picture of Richard Madden as Ikaris. All the figures in the wave, and you got a bio that reads, "Moral, kind, and charismatic, Ikaris boasts incredible strength, flight, and the ability to project cosmic energy beams from his eyes." That describes the comic one. If you are unaware of what the comic one is like, he is nothing like what the movie is. He's not a bad guy. He isn't loyal to, I forget his name, but the Celestial that appeared in it. He's loyal to the Eternals and to Earth. Now that's partly is because the story is very different. In the comics, the where he gets his name of Ikaris is actually from a son that he has, and with this son that he had with a human woman in Greece, this son liked being with his dad, and they even built him some wings to have him fly with his dad. And just like the story of Icarus, this kid, this son, uh, flew too high, and and then he took his son's name in his honor, and so he's Icarus, and so he's very caring towards um, to the humans and to Earth, um, and he's not this bad guy that they made him out to be in the movie. And that was my number one complaint of the movie, was that they made him a bad guy. If anybody's usually the bad guy, and I am saying this because it's true. So I'm not saying this because I'm mad. I'm saying this because I know what the comics are like. So if you want to hear this part, if you like Druig, I have something bad to tell you. Druig is not like the movie. Druig is a bad guy most of the time. Usually what happens is he's kind of like a Loki character where he's a bad guy and he fights the Eternals occasionally, but if he's needed, he'll actually align with them. So that's all I'm gonna say. So if you thought what the Eternals movie depicted for the Eternals was, oh, this is how the comics are like, it's not. And I want to just preface before we get into the actual review, I like change in the movies because it brings new stories. But but I don't like when the change that they do is so off of the original story and so different that it messes with me. So that's what I usually don't care for. So he will be going to my hero shelf. Druid may be going to my villain shelf. We'll see. I have to do some more digging. See how much of a villain he is. But here is Icarus. Um, I've been waiting to get this figure for a long time, so I'm very happy to have him. But before we get into the figure itself, he comes with accessories, and I'll start with that. He comes with this head right away and these two fists right away. For the accessories that he comes with, hold on. So he has an additional pair of hands, which are these kind of like open, relaxed hands. Those can be used for a lot of like fight poses and stuff like that. And then this, I honestly think is one of my favorite Marvel Legends accessories, which is this light up like eye thing. Now, would I have liked a like actual laser beam? Yeah, but the problem with that is that could easily break, and these just like where it's like he's charging them up is much cooler, and you can do a lot of effects with it, and you could probably add some effects to where it looks like he's shooting laser beams out of his head, but it's practically the same head sculpt. Um, but But yeah, so I think it is the same head sculpt. They just replaced it with that, and that works for me. I really like that. Um, yeah, I can't honestly think of many other accessories I would want to come with him. Um, maybe some gripping hands would probably be nice, but I don't really think I need it for him. So, but here he is. So we'll take a look at the head sculpt first. And I know usually on my, come on, I'm trying to. See if I can get this to focus. It won't. Oh, it just did. So, yeah, it's a pretty okay head sculpt. I mean, it kind of looks like Mr. Madden, and definitely from some angles it does. Um, but problem there is that it's a yeah, it's not exactly perfect, but I'm fine with it as long as it looks like Icarus, and that's all I care about. But it's a very nice head sculpt. Now, as for the body, I really like the suits of the movie. That was one aspect that I know a lot of comic fans surprisingly didn't like. I don't know why some people didn't like them. I mean, I like the comic suits, but this is like a nice modern update. This is all sculpted, by the way, like all these golden lines. If I can get it to focus on here, it's kind of hard to see, but all that gold is all sculpted. It's all sculpted lines. It's very nicely done. I really like the look of this. Now, his suit usually includes some red. You know, and I could see why some people maybe want that because it does look cool, but I'm fine with it, you know? I'm fine with it. Most of the suits I really liked in the Eternals movie. I think the one that I think stayed the most comic accurate was probably Thena's. Um, but yeah, so yeah, there's sculpted lines all around, even ones that don't have gold on them. I'm not sure if that actually was the actual design where they have like those lines, but there's not gold in them, or if it was just, you know, a thing of they didn't paint it. Um, but honestly, I'm gonna have them facing towards the front anyway, so it's not like you're gonna be worried about that. So yeah, that is my favorite Eternal, Ikaris. So let's take out the articulation. He's got a dumbbell, so he can look up that far and look down that far. He's got amazing tilt because of it, and he looks side to side. He's got a bit of a shift. His arm goes out that far. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and I forgot to mention this, pinless elbows and pinless knees. And he's got a wrist swivel and a hinge that goes in and out. He's got a diaphragm too that allows him to crunch that far forward, that far back, and go side to side and turn. Ooh, that's a bit ratchety. His leg can move out that much, but it's a little bit hindered by the skirt. Can move back that much. Can move out greatly though, because there's a part of the sculpt of the skirt actually has a whole little opening there. He's got an upper thigh swivel, which is kind of hidden by this. Well, it's not a skirt. I keep calling it a skirt. There's a specific name for it. Um, but there's a double knee joint, and his foot goes down. It goes up, and it's got ankle pivot. And yeah, I guess to get some perspective. I'll do like one. I'll do one size comparison because I don't have any other Eternals. So I'm just gonna go grab a cosmic character that you could probably have them team up or even fight if you want to. This is a sight for sore eyes, but here is Marvel. I feel like these guys could definitely do some teaming up together, or even pummel it out against each other. And these wristbands don't stay up. I should check that more often. So, but yeah, we could probably get some fight poses together with these two. So, they're both kind of like that heroic, like standing in the wind type characters and very powerful. Obviously, Marvell's has a little bit of a different power set, but um, yeah. So I don't know many. Oh wait, I do know one other team up. He is friends with Thor in the comics. And go grab Thor. Of course, this is a movie Thor, and so there you go. If you want to have a team up. So, but yeah, could do team ups between those two, or all three of those. So, but yeah, man, this is honestly really good. There's like, it's like one of those figures where it's like it looks really good and it performs well. There's not like a super like remarkable thing about it. Like for example, the retro Spider-Man. Speaking of that wave, I want to mention real quick. My first priority for that is the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I really want that. Maybe some of you are surprised by that, but I really like the Ben Reilly Spider-Man character. So, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this review. Hopefully, I see you sooner rather than later. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.